Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDDDC Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. And now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome to the program. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA.
Inside the Niger Delta.
As varying reactions continue to trail the recent defection of Governor Sheriff Oborevwori of Delta State to the All Progressives Congress APC, his supporters who okayed the move say it will put the governor in a vantage position to better deliver the dividends of democracy to the people of the state. Pioneer chairman of the People's Democratic Party PDP in Delta State, Senator James Manager, last week announced the defection of Oborevwori and other key PDP leaders in the state after an extended stakeholders meeting at Government House, Asaba. Vice President Kashim Shettima personally welcomed Governor Oborevwori and other decampees to the APC on Monday in Asaba, the Delta State capital.
Governor Sheriff Oborevwori of Delta, flanked by over 16 APC governors, ministers, lawmakers, and the leadership of the All Progressives Congress APC, as well as other high-ranking party men and women, patiently waited at the Asaba International Airport for the arrival of the Vice President, His Excellency Kashim Shettima, who touched down in Asaba, the capital of Delta State, to officially seal his defection to the ruling party. After receiving the Vice President, the team headed straight for the cenotaph, where an excited crowd of former PDP members, now turned APC faithfuls, gave them a rousing welcome. The event then took off with Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, who is also the chairman of the APC Governors Forum, opening the session.
We are here in our numbers to demonstrate the importance and value we have added on weighted average on the coming in of distinguished Governor Sheriff into APC. And we are here also to assure the good people of Delta State that this decision is the wisest decision that will lift this state from where you are now to the next level.
The national chairman of the party, Alhaji Abdullahi Ganduje, took the podium to officially receive the governor and all the decampees into the party.
Now it is my honor and privilege to hand over this flag and our symbol, the broom, to this great man who has now come into our great party agency.
Governor Oborevwori, who by his acceptance into the party now assumes the role of its leader in Delta State, explained that his decision to move to the APC was to properly align with the president in order to ensure better service delivery for the people of the state. He also promised to ensure that the APC fold in the state is one without grievances.
Mr. President has supported us. He has shown us love. We cannot face him in 2027 to work against him. That love that he has shown to us in Delta State, we need to reciprocate it. This is a movement. This is not defection. We have agreed we will move together. And when we move together, what is in the national, we will be able to grab it. Is it not true?
Vice President Kashim Shettima warmly welcomed Governor Borewori, describing him as a true progressive who has demonstrated exemplary leadership across all fronts. He described the event as a political tsunami of unimaginable proportions and reiterated the core values of the APC, which he said are centered on the development and unity of Nigeria.
A tsunami of this proportion had never happened. What testimony do you have greater than this? And the true measure of a political party lies not merely in the enthusiasm of its members, but in the conviction it inspires among those who once stood across from them.
Inside the Niger Delta.
The leadership of Grace Mission, a pressure group committed to the socio-economic and political emancipation of the Isoko nation in Delta State, has called for greater unity among the Isoko people toward building a common political agenda. This call was made during the group's annual rally held in Ole, headquarters of Isoko South local government area of Delta State, last Sunday. Speaking at the event, the leader of Grace Mission, Chief Dr. Daniel Omoyibo, popularly known as Damotek, who is renowned for his philanthropic gestures, emphasized the need for the Isoko nation to consolidate its political strength and develop a strategic framework that will advance its collective interest. Chief Omoyibo also donated vehicles and presented checks worth millions of naira to individuals and groups, as well as the 24 wards across both Isoko South and Isoko North local government areas in the state.
A pressure group for the socio-economic and political emancipation of the Isoko nation, known as Grace Mission, established in Ole, headquarters of Isoko South Local Council area in 2021, is waxing stronger in size and unrelenting in pursuing the political and overall advancement of the Isoko people. Members of the group, led by its billionaire founder, Chief Dr. Daniel Omoyibo, popularly known as Damotek, last Sunday held a rally in Ole to sensitize the people on the importance of responsible and deliberate political participation, urging the people to critically consider aspirants for elective political positions who genuinely have the development and progress of the Isoko nation at heart. The rally, which was attended by thousands of people, moved from IDC roundabout to the garden at Iri Ole boundary. The lively profession kept growing in strength and spirit as the people, most of whom were adorned in their colorful uniforms and cultural attire, also showcased the rich heritage of the Isoko nation. With the political atmosphere in Nigeria gradually heating up ahead of the 2027 general elections, Grace Mission used the occasion to reiterate its unflinching support for Honorable Fineboy Ebegbari, whom they have endorsed and called upon to recontest the 2027 House of Representatives election for the Isoko Federal Constituency. Honorable Ebegbari narrowly lost the Isoko Federal Constituency seat under the Social Democratic Party SDP in the 2023 general elections.
Fine boy is loved by the people. He's a man of the grassroots. The people in the grassroots, they love him. They want him. They need fine boy. You see, if you say you should go for election tomorrow, I'm very confident that fine boy we win that election.
We asked our principal, who we are sending to the House of Representatives, to represent us well. We asked him to go and choose a party where he knows he can contest and win. And when he came back, after much consultation, he said, we are going to APC.
Honorable Ebegbari, who had earlier moved to the All Progressive Congress APC with other leaders of the Grace Mission in October last year, is confident that with their grassroots popularity and support, he will come out on top come 2027 and deliver effective representation to his people.
I left the SDP to come and settle with the APC before today, because I know if I join my force with the APC, they will win election.
When confronted with the fact that the incumbent House of Representatives member who was in PDP has now defected to join him in the APC, Honorable Ebegbari noted that he saw the light in APC before Governor Sheriff Oborowori and other National Assembly members, and that their entrance into APC would in no way affect him as he is House of Representatives bound in 2027.
I told them my intention of coming, and I'm very sure I will win election under APC.
For his part, Chief Omoyibo de Omogara I of Isoko Nation and the Managing Director of Danmotech Nigeria Limited, as well as Dantinajo Gold Resorts located in Oli, reaffirmed that Grace Mission is not only for political mobilization, but a movement that is committed to the holistic advancement and development of the Isoko Nation. He pledged that Grace Mission would commit all necessary resources and strength to ensure the political liberation of Isoko Nation from corrupt and self-serving politicians.
Grace Mission is for everybody, comprised of all political parties, to change the Isoko politics, the narrative of Isoko politics, so that the Isoko Nation, South and North, can speak in one voice. We endorse candidates. We don't endorse party. And who is our candidate? Is Fine Boy, Honorable Fine Boy, Ebegbari, for rep, and Sabon Lucky Dover for House of Assembly, Isoko Constituency 1.
Chief Omoyibo, who called for unity of purpose among Isoko people, said all hands must be on deck to deliver an Isoko governor for Delta State in 2031 when the governorship of Delta State rotates to Delta South Senatorial District. He noted that among the three ethnic groups that make up Delta South Senatorial District, the Ishekiris have already produced a governor in the person of Dr. Emmanuel Uduaghan, while the Ijos have also produced a deputy governor in the person of Kingsley Otuaro, so the Isokos are expected to produce the next governor of the state.
Come 2031, Isoko for governor. Every other leader, I call upon you all. We should come together to move Isoko forward.
Inside the Niger Delta, AKUGHA Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. AKUGHA Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
As the Niger Delta Development Commission clocks 25 since establishment, several Niger Deltans, including those who have held key leadership positions in the commission, are reflecting on its journey so far. They are now calling for reforms and adjustments to the commission's operations to better meet the needs and aspirations of the people across the region in the coming years. For former NDDDC board chairman, Senator Victor Ndoma Egba, stability in the board and management will greatly enhance service delivery in the region. He also echoed the call for the establishment of a Niger Delta Development Bank, which he believes will provide much needed funding for the region's development.
Senator Victor Ndoma Egba is one of many who was saddled with the responsibility of translating the vision of the NDDC, which is to ensure a region that is economically prosperous, socially stable, ecologically regenerative and politically stable, into tangible outcomes across communities in the region. During his time as governing board chairman between July 2016 and January 2019, he supervised the implementation of the 4R strategic plan of restructuring the balance sheet, reforming governance systems, restoring the core mandate, and reaffirming commitment to ethical practices. For Senator Ndoma, his team and many others would have done more if not for the fact that they were unceremoniously dissolved before the expiration of their tenure.
You are appointed for 4 years and renewable for another 4 years. And I think the drafters of the law appreciated the need for stability and continuity. But unfortunately, there has been more politics in NDDC boards than you find even in political parties. The slightest disagreement between two political heavyweights, the NDDC board is a consequence.
Amongst other things, the Senator Ndoma-led board advocated for the establishment of a financial institution that will make funds available for the overwhelming development needs in the region. In this recent interview, he re-echoed the need for this framework.
The big ticket projects should be taken away from management and the board to a development bank that will ensure continuity of those projects. And if I remember clearly, I think we had received the approval in principle of the then acting president, Professor Yemi Oshibanjo, because that bank is the bulwark, is the assurance, is the guarantee, that the big ticket projects won't be interrupted irrespective of who is chairman or who is managing director.
Incidentally, the Niger Delta Development Bank was one of the consensuses of stakeholders during the first ever Niger Delta Summit organized by the NDDC back in July 2024. Participants and leaders agreed that though the NDDC is making some modest efforts across largely backward communities across the oil-rich region, the scale of the problems is just too much. Initiatives like a Niger Delta Development Bank, alongside other commitments, will be necessary to transform the Niger Delta region.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Senator Doyediri of Bayelsa State says his administration will continue to partner and support all security agencies operating in the oil-rich state to enable them effectively protect critical national assets and ensure the security of lives and property of Bayelsans. Governor Diri made this known last week during separate interactions with the heads of security agencies, including the commander of the Joint Task Force, Operation Delta Safe, the flag officer of the Central Naval Command, and the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 16 at Government House, Yenagoa.
One key focus of the Doyediri-led administration in Bayelsa State since coming on board in 2020 has been peace building and ensuring the security of lives and property across every nook and cranny of the state. This stands out clearly as the third pillar in the assured agenda of the administration, which is security and peace. Receiving heads of security agencies, including the commander of the Joint Task Force Operation Delta Safe, Rear Admiral Newell Madugu, Flag Officer of the Central Naval Command, Rear Admiral Ahmed Gaya, and the Assistant Inspector General of the Police, Tolani Alausa, in charge of Zone 16, separately last week at the Government House in Yenagoa. Discussions focused on strengthening collaborations towards security of citizens and protection of critical national assets, particularly oil facilities in the state.
Ardent support for the entire security agencies and Nigerian Navy in particular has resulted in the peace we are enjoying in the state. Our aim as a command is to deny criminals the freedom of action on our waterways and the entire Niger Delta as well.
The mandate given to us, 2.5 million barrels a day or more. So that's why I said we should come with my team to come and solicit the support of the state government.
Let me commend Your Excellency, sir, because it has to do with your commitment to security of your state, sir. The CTREP that emanates from Bayelsa and Rivers, this man is doing wonderfully well. And I know that wonderfully well is because Your Excellency is committed to the tranquility, security, and safety of Bayelsans.
Responding, Governor Diri hailed the men and women of the security agencies for their dedication, reminding them of the need to maintain professionalism in the discharge of their duties. He assured them of his administration's unwavering support through the provision of logistics, equipment and other necessary resources to help them achieve their mandates.
Continue to support you in terms of your needed areas of support, patrol vehicles. We're already working on that across board for all the federal security agencies. We will work very closely with you and ensure that our national assets are safe and ensure that production is increased. And production is increased, it is also to the benefit of Bayelsa State, because our 13% will also increase.
The governor also used the opportunity to caution political players in the state who, he said, rather than engage in constructive criticism, resort to sponsoring vulnerable youths into crimes and criminality in a bid to discredit political opponents.
I call on all of us who are in politics, without minding your political divides, whether in different parties, first and foremost, think of Nigeria and think of Bayelsa. Do not destroy to get to the top. Always be a builder so that our country will be better.
Dr. Diri-led administration in Bayelsa State has so far been highly rated for promoting peace and security, not just by stemming violence, but by addressing the root causes of conflict such as inequality, injustice, and lack of opportunities for the teeming youth population. Through several empowerment and social programs, the administration is working to build a more sustainable and equitable society across the state.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Friends and associates of High Chief Enareta, the Iyashere of Oyede Kingdom in Isoko South local government area of Delta State, have described him as a distinguished industrialist and philanthropist whose remarkable contributions continue to impact the economic fortunes of his people and Delta State at large. Their commendations followed the recent conferment of an honorary doctorate degree in business administration on High Chief Eta by Delta State University, Abraka. According to them, the conferment is a testament of High Chief Eta's role as an epitome of leadership and enterprise in Isoko Nation.
High Chief Enahoro Ita is a distinguished Isoko-born business magnate who was conferred with an honorary doctorate degree by Delta State University, Abraka, during its 17th convocation ceremony last weekend. High Chief Ita is an industrialist whose business interests cut across agriculture, marketing and chemical production for drilling services. All of those interests are covered under his conglomerate known as Skyward Resources Group of Companies, where he sits as chairman and managing director. Currently, the biggest distributor for Nigerian breweries in the South-South, High Chief Eta has made his mark in the business space and sustainable agriculture through his brainchild, Uzezi Agro-Allied Products and Services, which owns one of the biggest and most established greenhouse farms in the South-South region of Nigeria. High Chief Ita is also a community leader and a philanthropist with an impressive track record of impact across different spheres of life, which include educational support through scholarship and educational facility development, disbursement of grants and community empowerment. A holder of the prestigious Iyashere title, which is the traditional Prime Minister of Oyede Kingdom, High Chief Eta was at the recent Conference of Parties, COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan, where he presented a paper on climate change mitigation and adaptation. Relaying how Uzezi Greenhouse Farms, located in Ole, Isoko South local government area of Delta State, is using a controlled environment to cultivate vegetables and other crops and ensuring food sufficiency in the Niger Delta region, High Chief Ita called for investment in climate-resilient farming that would not only ensure food security for the masses, but also empower local communities to initiate environmentally sustainable practices. This, and indeed many of his quiet contributions to Nigeria and to his people, the Isoko nation in particular, distinguished him for the conferment of this doctoral award.
Chief Ita Enahoro, the award of honorary degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa of the Delta State University, Abraka. Congratulations.
Governor of Delta State, Sheriff Oborewori, who was in attendance, congratulated Chief Ita and other awardees on the special honor.
I also congratulate High Chief Ita Enahoro for this honorary doctorate.
The man of the moment, High Chief Ita, who said he was humbled and honored for the recognition of his modest contributions to his people and humanity as a whole, added that he is fired up to keep contributing to the progress of the university and humanity.
In fact, I'm overwhelmed. I never knew that the little contributions we make to humanity could be recognized, and I want to dedicate this award to the Isoko nation for the love and support they have always given or appreciated me anytime I do anything.
Friends and close associates of Chief Ita, who joined him at his country home in Oyede for a private reception, said the award is both timely and deserving.
As somebody who has done so much, especially in the industrialization of the Isoko nation. If you go to the roundabout, you see so many industries there that are all owned by him.
He's one of the very genuine, hard-working persons I have seen. He has visible and verifiable investments.
High Chief Enahoro Ita has also received several awards and accolades in recognition of his immense contributions to governance, business innovation and development in Delta State, including being named a Paul Harris Fellow of the Rotary Foundation. He is happily married to Chief Stella Ita, and they are blessed with 4 children and 3 grandchildren.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's the size of our package on the program for today. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. We'll be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles shown right now on your screens. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDDDC Nigeria for these stories and many more. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for staying tuned. Bye for now.